All right, so just finished picking up the hardware to go mount that sign. I'm pretty excited about that when we get back. But we have work to do first. We got to go and we got to go work them legs, boy. And this has been a sore spot for me for pretty much my entire life. I had knee surgery when I was a kid. I have a disfigured meniscus. I'm not just making excuses. I quite literally have a genetic disorder, I guess. But I just call it having a fucked up knee. And I've trained my legs far less than anybody should. And there's definitely negatives to that for sure when it comes to having an imbalance in your body. Because if you're not training your legs, you're training your upper body. And you might be training your legs, but you're not pushing it quite as hard as you would with your upper body. Inevitably, what's going to happen is you're going to develop a imbalance of sorts. And that imbalance of sorts is not going to bode well in the grand scheme of things when it comes to balancing out your physique. Not only that, but you're going to have a serious strength imbalance, and that ain't cool. So we don't want that to happen any longer. So I got myself some pretty good knee wraps, and I'm going to go in. We're going to start off with good old faithful squats. I'm focusing on strength right now. That's my biggest thing when it comes to squats, because I want to get my squat back up to 405 by December. That's the goal. It's a pretty lofty goal, which is all right. So in order for me to do that, we're going to have to focus on the lower rep range, all things considered. So 5 sets. We're going to warm up, though. We're going to warm up with the 135, of course. Then we're going to move up to 225. And then we're going to progress into our working sets. And we are pulling up to the gym right now. I'm going to bring you inside. So having said all that, guys, I'm going to see you guys in a minute. And we're going to get on that squat rack. We're going to give our legs our all. We're going to blow these wheels out until, well, I guess until the wheels fall off. But having said all that, I'll see you guys in a second. I'm going to slap 275 on there. I'm going to see how 275 feels today. I would like to get 315 for 5 reps. The only level of apprehension that I have is I don't have a belt. And yes, I do enjoy utilizing a belt when doing squats, mainly because I work a desk job. I'm not going to sit here in front with you. I'm not really, my back sucks and my posture sucks. So the squat is one of those things where you really need to make sure that your whole posterior chain is in line in order to make sure you're getting the most out of the movement. And we might cap at 275, but we're going to push it. We're absolutely positively going to push it to the best of our ability today. And after we complete the squats, then we're going to go over to leg press. We're going to do 4 sets because we're going to be fully warmed up at that point. So four working sets of leg press. Then we're going to do 3 sets of extensions, 3 sets of curls, and we're going to cap it off with some calf raises. I'm probably just going to superset the calf raises in with either the extensions or the curls. And I'm also going to superset crunches with a cable in between the inverse. So if I do the leg extensions with the calf raises, then I'm going to do the leg curls with the abs, vice versa. Not too rigid here. It's just whatever feels best. And that's going to be our leg workout. So let's recap. 5 sets of squats, 4 sets of leg press, 3 sets of extensions, 3 sets of curls. For the calf raises and the crunches, we're going to do 3 sets each. So again, high volume. We're going to be moving. We're going to be grooving. And in case you guys haven't picked up on it by now, for any of these large compound movements, we're doing 3-minute rest intervals. That's the workout for today. Well, It's not easy, but I decided not to superset the calf raises or the crunches. I think 1 minute was adequate. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back and forth between a weighted rope crunch. Yeah, we'll do some donkey calf raises. I'll probably slap a couple plates on there. We're gonna go till failure. 4 sets, back and forth, no rest. I've got myself a little energy drink to try to help power through this because I'm gonna need it. I ended up going with a Celsius Live Fit. I don't know what the hell this is. It's got about 270 mgs of caffeine in there, though. That much I do know, and that hopefully will power us through. I did buy 2 of them, so I might slam a second one, or I might just pour it in my water jug. Who knows? I tolerate caffeine pretty decently up front, and then on the back end it wrecks my sleep. But I did manage to get some good rest last night. I woke up pretty early, all things considered. Got up at like 6 and couldn't help myself. Started working on the office a little bit, went down, did an hour of cardio, and then came back upstairs and yeah, I ended up taking a nap for a little while. Got up, got things did, and now here we are. So be patient, understand, and I've said this before, and I say this just to kind of convince myself so that way I don't get too surprised and I'm like, damn it, where'd all my muscle go? Well, you didn't lose any muscle when you're trying to, well, you're going to lose a little bit, but not quite to the extent that you're going to think, because your muscles aren't full of water, so they're not engorged. And when they're not engorged, you're going to look smaller. It is what it is. It's part of the process. Trust the process, embrace the process, and know that there's absolutely nothing wrong with perceivably taking a step back to take 2 steps forward. And today's going to be a good day. I can feel it. I like having a whole gym to myself. It's almost like you own the joint. It's pretty awesome.